Peace, blessings, and a whole lot of love. God is Hadia. So today I just want to read an article about ancestor money because I have been burning ancestor money. I'm not consistent with it, which I got to get on the board with honoring my ancestors. But I just thought that I'll take this time to look up some research and get some information that I can share with others who might be on the same journey as I am. So we're going to talk about burning ancestor money, and this was taken from www.sali.myers.com. What is ancestor money? What is ancestor money? First of all, I have some right here. This is one. I have a stack of it. It's a stack. This is just a few of the dollars. What is worth $10,000 each. And I just I left the rest upstairs, but I just keep some on my altar table so it can make it easier for me to perform the rituals of burning ancestor money for my ancestors. So anyway, ancestor money has different names including ghost money, spirit money, George paper, heaven notes, etc. Most of them will have the image of the Jade Emperor. The Jade Emperor is a higher god to the Taoist, Taoist, pantheon, and is considered the deity over all money on earth. Imagine a being that is in charge of every penny that is on earth. This is the Jade Emperor. A wise soul will make him an ally. Ancestor money looks kind of like toy money. You can tell it's not real, but it still has the elements of spendable currency. The idea of producing it was to supplement real money to give to deceased loved ones, because you know there ain't no one going to be burning real money. The concept was that past on family members can use this money in the afterlife to get things they need. There is even ancestor clothing, houses, cars, credit cards, and more. Simply put, ancestor money is paper that you can burn to send into the spirit realm. This burning ritual at your ancestor altar provides the ancestor with what they need on the other side. Ancestor money also dissolves negative debt, karma, usually caused by debt, according to the teachings of Dr. Gibson. In ancient philosophies, when our ancestors transition with death, that energy is distributed among the living bloodline. Honor your ancestors and they will honor you. Wow, I thought I was recording and I wasn't. Since we are inheriting lifetimes of death and other karmic lessons through our lineage, it's imperative that we negate the effects by offering ancestor money. From our own experiences, or from his own experience, the person who's writing this article is saying they were slowly able to dissolve poverty, conscious thoughts, and actions, all from burning George paper to their ancestors. What you do for your ancestors, you do for yourself. So what is ancestor money? Again, it's a tool that allows us to take care of our ancestors. In return, they take care of us. It is natural for people to look out for others that have their best interests. Giving offerings and ancestor money makes you someone that the ancestors look at as a caretaker. Therefore, guess what? They'll take care of you as well. So I have my altar table behind me. I have two altar tables. I have my ancestor altar table and I have a personal altar table upstairs. And on my ancestor table, I just cover it with a white towel until I get a nice white cloth. I have the four elements, which are earth, water, fire, and air. You can put, sometimes I offer food. Sometimes I may offer any liquor because I know that my mom drank and I know that my grandmother drank. You can offer cigarettes, whatever that your ancestors liked. You can put that on the table. I have my mother urn up there, and I have pictures of my grandmother, my mother, and my great grandma. And I have some symbolic flowers. I have orange and yellow right now. I keep white candles on my table. I'm still trying to be consistent. Like I do come down in the morning. When I come down and go prepare my lunch for work, I will say good morning. And when I come in, I always say good afternoon. Sometimes I do sit down and talk to them about my personal life, especially men. But I'm just trying to be consistent with honoring my ancestors. But anyway, you can set your altars. I personally, if you don't know how to begin, there's information on the internet that you can find that can get you started. But you are your own unique individual, and You have to set your altar table according to what you know about your ancestors and what feels right to you. But there are suggestions that you can follow. So I'm going to read the article rather on about setting up altar, how to set up and give offerings to your ancestors. So having an altar for your ancestors is very important practice. Our ancestors, depending on their state of awareness, on the other side need help from us. Many people transition from this world into the spirit realm with no conscious awareness of the afterlife. Sometimes these souls get caught up in the lower worlds, and within these worlds, our ancestors, require a certain amount of energy. And this article will serve as a guide for setting up an ancestral altar. Feel free to use this guide as a blueprint and add to or take away what you like. Ancestral altars serve as a portal or gateway for communicating and transferring energy from you to your ancestors and vice versa. After you set up and start to work with your ancestral altar, you will have a beacon of light that attracts and satisfies your family members that have passed on. When we help our ancestors, they can assist us. There are benefits of not being in a human body, and our ancestors can pull strings for us in the spirit realm to help us out in our earthly lives. Making offerings to your ancestors is a mutually benefiting practice that anyone can do with a little know-how and commitment. So you don't need much background to just honor your ancestors. It's very easy to set up an altar, and you should have one up in no time. Have fun creating your altar, and always remember to follow your spirit, mind, and intuitive faculties. If you feel that you should do something different than what I outlined in this article, then go with that thought. It's probably your ancestors telling you. Like I said, you can use the information as a guideline to help you get started, but eventually you have to use your own mind to create what is best for you. So some items you may need: a small or large table, preferably made out of wood. Pictures and or items of deceased relatives. Small glass or ceramic bowl for water on the south. Candles, which is fire, at the east. Incense and holders, which is air, at the north of your altar table. Crystals, gemstones, rocks, and or coins, earth, which is west. Anything else you want to put on your altar. So those are the basic items that you need. They say you do need the 4 elements, which is water, fire, air, and earth. And then how to set it up. If you're able to designate a room of its own for your altar, then do that. If not, place your altar wherever you feel comfortable having it. Try to avoid placing it in the bathroom, bedroom, garage, laundry room if you can. Place all the pictures of your loved ones, items on the altar table, and place your crystal and a coin, candles, incense holder, bowl, and water, and items on your altar tables as well. I have a personal altar table in my room. That's just for me to meditate, for self-reflection, to read my daily affirmations, to light my personal incense and my candles when I want to set the mood in my room. Now my ancestor altar table is down in the dining room. And then the article talks about things you can order. Food of any kind, especially meats. Just make an extra plate at dinner time. If your budget doesn't allow an extra plate, then you can offer rice or potatoes, or for food deli. That's something that I really have to get in the habit. And it's kind of difficult when you have cats who may jump up there and take the food. And so I was thinking about maybe I can just put it in a container. Liquor and beer, which I do that regularly. Cigar, cigarette, and some smokeless tobacco. And then ancestor money, held notes, having notes, or jars paper. This is optional, but highly recommended. Burning ancestor money is uncommon in the United States, but heavily practiced in other cultures. The bigger the denomination, the better, or fidelity if possible. And then also you can put flowers on. And he goes on, he got a picture of his ancestor table. He also has a video. And he talks about how to give an offering. Make sure you make an offering every day. Get into habit of making an offering before or after you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's kind of hard to do lunch, but I I can't even do breakfast because most of the time I'll eat when I get to work. But I know for me, dinner probably would be the most preferable for me to offer something to eat. Be sure to keep some kind of fruit on the altar, as this serves as an energy source that can be left on the altar for a few days. Usually the fruits you place on the altar will stay right longer. So I do have apples that nobody really eats. So I can take an apple, and I'm going to do that after I finish this video. You can refresh the bowl of water daily or every few days. So he about to give us steps on how to give the offering. Step number 1, you light your candle with incense. Let me go get a okay. So he goes on to give some steps in how to give your offering. First, you're gonna light your candles. So they always say you have to light 2 candles. So I have my 2 candles. Candle number 1. Oops. Candle number 1. Candle number 2. Then you have to light my incense. I'm gonna light 1. This is a good fragrance. I forgot the name of it, but I don't have a package anymore. Whoa. The struggle. And then you place your offering on the table. It can be any one or more items listed above. So right now I do have a little wine. This is amaretto. I put in here, and this is going to be my offering. This is my offering. And then I'll put that on the table. And plus they have some water. And verbally speak that this offering is for your ancestors that are known and unknown. You may also say the names. And then I want to burn my ancestor money, which I got right here. It says you can burn as much as you like, and it's still a fireproof pot. So I got a cauldron right here. Verbally speak that the money is for the ancestor, known and unknown. This money is for my ancestors, known and unknown, for my mom, grandma, and my great-grandma. You may also say their names and surnames. Now speak to your ancestors. Talk to them collectively or by name. It can be a simple thank you for an elaborate or an elaborate ritualistic prayer. This is the time to ask for forgiveness for anything that you may have done to any one of your ancestors. This is also the time to ask for help. Remember to be reasonable and practical. And tip, instead of asking, try thanking for what you want, need. Example, thank you for protecting me. Thank you for helping me with my job search. So thank them in advance and believe that it already has been done. And then number six, thank your ancestors. So I'm going to go ahead and burn my ancestor money. And, I was told that you're supposed to burn it from, okay, hold up. You're supposed to burn it and lighten it from the candle. Hold on, I wasn't even finished. Let me go to the next. There's more to this article. So that part I was just talking about giving your, your offerings. So right now, the rest of this article is going to talk about, I'm not about to read all this. Light an ancestor note. Yeah, okay. Step number 1 is light an ancestor note from your burning candle using your right hand. Giving and putting out. Okay. Light an ancestor note from your burning candle using your right hand. Right? Giving, putting out hand. While lighting, say this is for all my ancestors, both known and unknown. You can also say their names, other family members, or their last name. While saying who the ancestor money is for, Place dollars in the cauldron using your right hand. You gotta place it in here. Using your right hand, you can add more notes at the time while still seeing who it's for. Then while the money is burning in the cauldron, imagine a doorway opening the fire. See the door, it should be clear that there is a gateway. Then see your ancestors in the gateway receiving the money. Maintain the visualization until the flames are gone. They will burn quickly. The quicker it burns, the better it was received. This is for my mom. This one is for my grandma Ethel. And one for my great grandma, Queenie. Now be careful. So after you burning and visualizing that they're at the gateway, give thanks. Say, I thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all. When I'm done with my altar work, extinguish candles, or you may leave them. This is a personal preference. I'm going to leave my candles lit until I go to bed. Peace, blessings, and a whole lot of love. I hope y'all understood this video, but you can go to the site www.salinyers.com. Ancestor Money Ritual. How to burn. Peace, blessings, and a whole lot of love. Goddess idea. I'm learning, so I like to share what I've learned and the information that I've received. And I like to do it in the video format so I can always go back for my own personal self to remind myself on how to do certain things that I'm learning while I'm on this spiritual path. Peace, blessings, and a whole lot of love. Goddess idea.